This is an IQ test. 2 pounds of sweet chicken with the lid on it. Let's see how long it takes you to get that lid open. Come on, there you go. Now you're doing it. I knew you could do it. This is our secret garage, and behind door number 3 we have Toyota's flagship, the 2015 Avalon. In this case, the Avalon Hybrid Limited, making this the most expensive car in the Toyota lineup. So let's see what we're getting for our money. I find this to be an attractive looking car, but a lot of the credit can go to this sharp looking blue metallic paint. It goes well with that tan leather interior, which we'll look at later. If I recall my specs correctly, this is based on a stretched Camry platform, and stretch it they did. As you can see, this is a very long car when you look at it from the side, which means we're going to have lots of room in the second row seating and in the trunk. The trunk of the Avalon Hybrid is smaller than the standard Avalon, but still 14 cubic feet, more than adequate room. Unlike other hybrids, we do get a real spare tire. Thank you, Toyota. This is a fancy looking triple headlight system. So the first thing we're going to do is take this out and see how it performs in the dark. And we'll do the headlight test right now. This is the low beam setting, a distance of 100 feet. Very bright. High beam's excellent. This is high beam on a warehouse 300 feet away. Brilliant light, lights up everything. Doesn't get much better than this. Even from 800 yards away, it's blurry. You can see how the street signs are lit up. If you do it on night driving down narrow roads like this, the headlights will definitely be useful to you. The base Avalon comes with a 268 horsepower V6 engine, rated at 21 to 31 mpg. The hybrid comes with a 2.5 4-cylinder engine, and this combined with a bunch of electronics, electric motors, etc., gives you a total output of 200 horsepower. And the official rating is 40 mpg in the city and 39 on the freeway. We'll be checking out the real world specs as we drive along. The engine is hooked to a CVT automatic transmission, which is a gearbox ordinarily I would not like. But I'm not going to complain because we get an eco mode for fuel economy, a sport mode for better performance, and the EV electric mode, which I'm not going to use. In fact, for most of my driving, I'm just going to keep it in this normal mode and not use any of these. But it's nice to have a choice. Officially, the hybrid is slower than the V6 Avalon, 0 to 60 in around 8.2 seconds versus the V6 at 6.7 seconds. As I pointed out in my other hybrid tests, these figures are misleading because the battery systems on these cars offer excellent torque up to around 40 miles per hour, and up to that speed, the acceleration and throttle response is about as good as the V6, in some cases better. In city commuting, you're not going to lose much in acceleration, but you're going to gain an awful lot as far as fuel economy. Nice pickup from a stoplight. Excellent brakes too. Let's try that again. Since we're driving, here's some notes for you. The steering is very light. You're not going to get any sports car precision off of this. Number 2, the suspension is designed to be on the soft side for maximum comfort, which it provides on smooth roads. But if you get on rough pavement with a lot of dips and potholes, you do feel it up in the cabin here. I suspect this is going to be an excellent highway cruiser. We're going to take it out in a couple days to find out on a nice long trip. But first, we're going to look at the cabin. And as you can see, the stretched platform results in lots of room in the second row seating. Here's a bird's eye view of the interior from the rear. A nice modern design. One of the reasons the interior looks so nice is because Toyota sent me one with a nice tan color instead of black. I can't stand black interiors. They're ugly. They heat up in the summertime. I pass. This shade is far better looking in the summertime when it gets hot. These light colored leather seats will not burn you like black does. Next time you're shopping for a car, you might want to think about that. We get a nice gauge cluster with lots of useful information. I'm disappointed the climate control system doesn't have any knobs, but that's okay. It's easy to use anyhow, so I'm not going to complain. We do get knobs on the stereo and navigation system, which is very easy to use. Glove box isn't very big, so you might want to take out all those owner manuals and put them in the trunk. Wasn't too pleased about the fake wood. Someday, sometime in the future, we're going to have a fake wood free car industry. But apparently not this year. I was glad to see the sun visors do slide back and forth. Something we don't see on other Toyota Lexus products. Comes in handy when the sun's coming on the side, burning your face. They got it right this time. A nice large console in between the seats. When you buy a hybrid from Toyota or Lexus, they have a tendency to load them up with everything but the kitchen sink. So naturally we have these knobs here, which are air-conditioned seats or heated seats, depending on which way you turn the knob. Handy to have. For hiding things, we have a secret compartment in here. Nice place to stash your wallet. If you take your magnifying glass out and start looking at things up close, you might notice that yes, some of the plastic used in here is pretty cheap. But you really have to look, and it's kind of nitpicking because overall the interior is still very nice, and I really don't have any serious complaints. You're obviously watching this video to see the real-world fuel economy, so we're going to move on to that right now. 33 mpg is heavy city driving. That's the worst I've been getting so far. A couple of little secrets about hybrids you might not know. Number one, the hybrid systems usually shut down on freeway speeds unless you're passing. So the fuel economy of a hybrid and non-hybrid isn't going to be that far apart. Therefore, on this freeway trip, I'm estimating I'm going to get around 32, 33 mpg. Much better when we get into town, but we'll see. The second thing about hybrids a lot of people don't know is they do not work well in hot climates. In this city I just came from, it's 101 degrees today, which explains the 30 to 35 miles per gallon I've been getting. So we moved up to the mountains, where we have a 6,500 to 7,000 feet elevation. I think that's going to improve mileage quite a bit. Well, we'll see. Going on these backcountry roads at around 50 to 60 miles per hour, I reached 40.1 mpg. Oh, that's kind of cheating. Let's get into the city and see what happens. Driving in heavy city traffic when the temperature was 100 degrees plus. Remember, I was only getting 33 mpg up here in the higher elevation, where it's nice and cool. Heavy city traffic, I'm getting 35.8. Proving once again hybrids work better in cooler climates. It's going to be freezing tonight, so I'm sure if I stuck around I could really boost the mileage in the cold temperatures. But I can't, so I'm not. I've been driving this hybrid Avalon for a week, and one thing that really stands out is the torque of this engine. Plenty of acceleration from a stoplight and plenty of passing power on the freeway. I'm very impressed. I don't miss the V6 at all. So let's recap the real-world fuel economy. The worst I got in heavy city driving in a hot 100-degree temperature climate was 33 mpg. The best I got in the higher elevation at a cool temperature was 35 mpg. On our highway trip, we did about 150 miles going uphill, where we got 33 mpg, and 150 miles going downhill, where we got around 45 mpg, which puts us around 39 mpg overall. And I'm sure some of the cooler climate up there had something to do with that. So those are the figures as they are, folks. While I didn't max out at the 40 mpg claimed on the window sticker, it's still better than the 21 and 31 mpg off the V6. And frankly, as far as engine power goes, I didn't really miss the V6. This has more than adequate torque for passing on the freeway and getting around town, so I'm very impressed. Getting the price tag, the base Avalon with the V6 starts around 32 grand, maxes out around 40. This hybrid starts around 42 grand, with a technology package was 44.5. I'm estimating the hybrid system adds around $3,500 to the price of the car. Toyota's not saying, but I guess it doesn't really matter, because if you want this vehicle in a hybrid, you have to take it loaded with everything, and you're definitely looking at over 40 grand. I'll be frank with you, as a rule, I really don't care for hybrid cars, but I like this one because it combines engine power and fuel economy all in the same package. And I might mention, this engine package is available in the lighter Toyota Camry. With less weight, it's plenty quick, trust me. If you'd like to see the performance and fuel economy test we did on the brand new Hyundai 2016 Sonata Hybrid, we have a link for that video right here. I will also include a test of the performance and fuel economy of the 2015 Toyota Prius. So we're going to have a lot of hybrids for everybody.